Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Maher Abiad. Welcome back, and in today's video, I want to teach you about why you need to plan your days out so other people don't. All right, let's jump right into it. Plan ahead so you can get ahead. Obviously, rule number one, if you do not plan out your day, others will. Other people will ask you for things. Other people will want you to do things for them. Other people will want you, they will push and pull you and drive you off course. Remember, your life is moving down a path, and other people want to push you off that path, away from your goals, away from your dreams, away from where you want to go. And if you allow that to happen, then you're never going to reach your destination. You're going to be off in a la la land. So rule number one, always have a plan for what you're going to do today. Do not, from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to bed, do not let your day be just some random event, because if that's the case, then you're never going to be productive and you're never going to reach the goals that you want to reach. So a plan and a tip that I use is to plan out the top 3 things that I want to do that day. What are these high value items? Not just busy work, but productive work. These are actually moneymaker items that are high value, that I need to get done in order to get the bigger picture closed off and the bigger tasks closed off. So that way I'm able to stay on track and not lose the momentum of what I'm working on. From there, obviously, what I do is on every Sunday night, for example, I will plan out the entire week ahead. From there, what you want to do is every day you want to plan out these top 3 tasks that you want to get done and accomplish. Because what that's going to do is obviously it's going to give you a bigger picture of what's happening. If you're so micro-focused on one little thing, you're not going to be able to see how that actually relates to the bigger picture or other tasks. So you want to be able to expand your vision, expand your reach as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. You want to be able to see far ahead to avoid any sort of complications or interruptions, and planning out your week is a way to do that. If you're like me, you obviously have a computer and a phone, and if you're like me as well, they probably ring off the hook and with messages, emails, calls. So when you're doing your most important work, you have to detach, you have to cut out the noise, and you have to focus. If you don't, it takes the brain a lot of time to refocus again after every single interruption. So you've got to keep the momentum going. You got to put the phone on Do Not Disturb. You got to turn it off. You got to shut down the email. You got to shut down the social media, and you got to focus on the work that you need to get done and do it right away. Next is a very, very important point. You want to do your most important work when you have the greatest amount of mental energy. So let me give you an example. If there's a task that requires obviously a lot of your mental energy, a lot of your thinking, not necessarily even a physical task. Obviously, your mental energy is something people obviously forget about. They focus on their physical energy, but your mental capacity is very, very important, because you need to have all of the neurons firing and all your mental capacity running at full steam. So doing those types of tasks, for example, for myself, it's in the morning time from around 8 o'clock a.m. to around noon. That's when I'm in my Einstein zone time. That's when I'm really, really able to focus on the most important things. If there's tasks that are more trivial, that don't really require any of that high-level mental concentration, you can leave them for later on in the day or even in the evening when you really don't need. They're more on automatic mode. When you're driving, it's, you get to a point where it's more on automatic. Those type of tasks where it's more physical mechanics, you kind of data entry or whatnot, you can leave those till later. But the stuff that you really need to focus on, find your sort of Einstein time and do those tasks in that block of time when you're most focused. Next, I want to talk about focusing on just one thing. A lot of people obviously talk about multitasking, which is obviously what I call switch tasking. The brain can only focus on one thing at a time, and if you do many different things at once, you obviously lose that momentum. Every time you switch a task, it takes the brain a certain amount of time before it's able to adapt to the new task and for you to get that momentum going again. So when you're working on something, and especially on your most productive tasks, just focus on that one thing. Don't, switch. You think switching tasks will get things done quicker, but it actually extends the amount of time that you need to get, that it will take actually things to get done. So focus on one thing at a time and don't move on to the next task until you're done with what you're doing right there. And here's a big thing, the last thing that I want to talk about is learning to say no. This is something I've tried to improve on over the years. You obviously can't be everywhere at every moment, and people, like I said in the first point, they will push and pull you. And if you say yes to everything, you're going to be living somebody else's dream and not yours, because at the end of the day, if you don't develop that habit of saying no to the things that will distract you and take you away from your main goal, then you're never going to be on track, and you're always going to be pushed and pulled in every single different direction. You know what your time is worth. You know your value. So make sure you value that time and let other people know that your time is valuable as well. And by saying no, it's not being rude. It's actually, putting yourself out there that, you know what, I really appreciate you asking me, but at the same time, there's something, that I need to work on. So unfortunately, I can't do it. So develop that habit and you'll find yourself being able to accomplish more, and you're going to be getting way more time back to be working on your business going forward. Listen, time management and productivity are so important if you want to really reach the level of success that you want in life. Otherwise, if you let other people do it for you, you're not going anywhere in life or in business. So you really need to actually focus on yourself, get a little bit greedy, and plan out your day and focus on yourself, because you know what your bigger picture looks like. Others don't. They've got their own agenda, and you want to be living your agenda, not theirs, because at the same time, you're trying to help other people, but if you don't help yourself first, you can't help other people. So focus on yourself, plan out your day, and that will help you accomplish so much more in even a smaller amount of time. Listen, if you got any value in what you learned today, press the like button and let other people know about the video. And also, please leave a comment in the comment section below. What are you doing? Have you had any situations where people try to distract you or pull you away from what you were doing? And what were some of the tactics for you to get back on track, to plan your day, to get yourself more focused? I'd love to learn from them. Ask me any questions, obviously, down there below as well. And if you haven't already done so, please press the subscribe button and that little notification bell sitting beside it, so you are notified of upcoming videos that I put out every day to give you the most value and the most information on this channel. I want you guys to be the best at what you're doing, no matter what industry you are, no matter what level you're at. If you're a solo entrepreneur, a bigger business, you're growing, Fortune 500, there's always room for growth. There's always room for improvement. And I want to be part of that journey with you. So love to hear your thoughts and share your comments. And I'll catch you in the next video. All the best.